What is good, you guys? I'm back again with yet another video. In today's video, we are smacking a fresh high taper on my boy Joe. I've been slacking on posting, man, so I'm trying to get back to my barber content. Starting out, man, I'm going straight in with the JRLs with the lever open, no guard. And to be 100% honest, I don't know why I did this as my first step. But, man, I just be getting bored cutting hair sometimes, man. And I like to just switch it up. So, that's all I got, guys. All right, I'm going in with my one guard, lever close, and I'm taking that all the way up. The only reason I'm using a one guard is because his hair is pretty thick, and he can handle the one. Usually I'd use a 1.5 or even a 2. Do not do this on someone with thin hair because you will leave them looking too bald. So just use your best judgment. And right here, I'm going in with my half guard, lever close, lever open, just kind of flicking around, trying to get that line between the open no guard and the one guard closed out. All right, so now I'm going in creating that bald guideline with my Stylecraft sabers. Just make sure that when you're getting towards the top, you flick out so that you don't create a harsh guideline. Alright, so once you get everything balded out, you want to go in with your super shaver. Make sure that when you're reaching that line that you're flicking out, you don't want to set in another harsh guideline with the super shaver because that by far is the hardest line to get out, and you will have to raise your blend higher. Going in with my lever all the way closed, I'm attacking that bottom line. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of lever play to blend that bald into that one. I'm going to go halfway, I'm going to go 3/4, I'm going to go all the way open, back down to close to knock out any lines that I might have put back in there, and using my corners just to detail. So it's really just a trial and error, you know. Find a method that works for you. What works for me might not work for you, so just test it out and you'll get the hang of it. Going in with the one guard closed, I'm going to finish knocking down the bulk on the side as well as behind the ear to get ready for the lineup and the side taper. Man, I swear the older the trimmers are, the better they hit. I don't like new blades because, man, these old blades are so crispy. I've had these trimmers for like 5 years now, and they're my hitters. They're my absolute hitters, but going in here, I'm just doing the neckline, making sure to just tap and pull away from the line. Make sure that if you got you some zero gap clippers that you're not pressing too hard because the neck is the most sensitive area. So we're just going to fold that ear down and just kind of trace it. Use the corner of your blade kind of like a pencil to get around that ear, and just take your time. What you do to one side, you're going to do to the other. So I'm going to just throw this on a quick little time loop so we can get to the next part. And this is just a quick little preview how that back taper came together. Then I'm going to go in with my same one guard and knock down that bulk in the front. When you're doing the front little taper of someone's hairline, just make sure that you're not digging in so that you don't cut any of the long hair that they got kind of pulled back. You just kind of go up and glide off the head, and usually I'll come in with the same guard with the grain as well if the hair's still sticking out. To set in that first bald guideline, I'm going in with my Stylecraft sabers, and I'm taking that guideline to the top of the ear. That's my reference starting point for a high taper. If you feel like your clippers aren't zero gap to where you may have trouble getting out that first line, you can also go in with the clipper closed to create that first bald guideline and just try to clean up underneath it with the trimmer, and then just do a little bit of super shaver work as well. Alright, so now I'm going in with my JRLs with the lever open to create that second guideline. And as you can see here, it's not too much of a difference because technically the JRL open is a one guard, but you can still see it slightly. After I get that in, I'm going in with the lever closed to remove that first guideline. And then I'm going to go back to doing that lever play that I talked about on the back taper. Halfway, 3/4, all the way open, close. Just kind of playing with the clipper to see what kind of notches I can hit to get these lines completely out. Going back in with the same trimmers that I set the bald guideline in with, I'm using my corners and just kind of hitting any dark spots that I see. Just pure detail work. You can do the same thing with the clippers. I just feel like using the same trimmers kind of helps you a little bit better. So now I'm going in with my 0 guard with the lever all the way closed, trying to soften that bottom line up. This is my Stylecraft 0, so I'm definitely going to go in behind it with my wall 0. If you don't know the difference, the wall 0 hits a lot closer than the Stylecraft, but the Stylecraft did release a tight 0 guard, which is made pretty much like this wall guard right here. I have yet to try that out yet, so but I'm pretty sure it does the same thing. But I'm just pretty much going in now, and I'm gonna do lever play as I was showing you here. Start with it open because you definitely don't want to take this blend higher, and drop it down as you go. And when you're trying to erase that bottom line, as you can see here, you want to make sure that when you get to that line, you flick out. I'm gonna close my guard here, and as you can see, I'm doing like kind of small increments, and I'm flicking out as I'm getting to that line because I don't want to raise my blend. And I do a lot of detail work with my corners as well, as you can see. Just make sure that you always scoop out. You want to do like a C motion when you're fading. Once you feel like you finish your fade, take a step back and look at it. You'll see the spots that you need to detail or fine tune. I can still see a faint line right there, so I'm going in with my clipper open and closed, and I'm just going to use my lever play and do my detail work just to make sure that this blend is extra perfect. I'm only going in with the corners when I detail work, so that's definitely a good pointer to take. Use your corners, that way you can minimize the area that you're cutting. So on this side of the taper, I wanted to switch it up for the sake of the video and show you guys how I do my tapers. This is definitely an advanced way of doing it, so if you're just getting into cutting hair, or if you're still trying to learn your steps, I would stick with the other way. This involves pretty much raking and scooping out and just following the contour of the head. I like going in pretty much and doing the whole taper with no guards. As you can see, like when I get towards the top, I'm kind of real light with my touch. That way I don't dig in or make it too light, and I'm just really coasting off of the shape of the head. I'm not digging in, I'm not creating any guidelines really. And I even switch it up and go to my JRLs because they give me a little bit more space. Always use those corners when you're detailing, and it'll come out just like the other side, as you guys will see. Decided to speed up the eyebrow part. With guys, you don't have to do too much. Just follow the natural eyebrow, hit the top, the bottom. We're not really arching anything or going into too much detail. If you guys want me to do a detailed tutorial on the eyebrows, comment down below and I will, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. Now we are on to the most important part of the haircut, the first impression, the lady puller. Hey, this determines how your weekend going. This determines how you walk, how you talk, how you look. This is the front lineup. So lock in when you're doing this, man. Take your time. Hit them angles. Switch hands if you need to. I always start with the vertical bars. and then do the front line. Some people start with the front line, then do the vertical bars. Whatever you're more comfortable doing to make sure that your client has a crispy hairline, hey, they're all for it. You're all for it. So he does get enhancements with his cut. So I'm going in now with my spray gun with my Tune 45 enhancement card. And I'm doing light, even sprays. As you can see, it's like I barely put any on. I don't like the super dark hairlines. So if you don't want your client looking like this dude,
boy, ain't no way, boy.
Take your time, man. Spray light, spray even. And if it's too light, you can always go back in and darken it. Once I finish with my enhancements, I like to go in with a quick blow dry to make sure the hair is nice and dry. To set up for the next step, I like to go in with some hair fibers on top of the spray. As you can see, it doesn't really need it, but I think that this gives it that photo finish, that Instagram finish that, you know, everyone's looking for. It gives that haircut that pop. And I also think the hair fibers kind of dull it out to make the enhancement spray not so shiny and give it a more realistic look. Here's a little pro tip that I ain't even supposed to be telling y'all right now. After I apply my fibers, I like going in with a light comb just to make sure there's no clumping, and helps honestly distribute the fibers a little bit better. I come in with a small brush to brush it off the forehead, and then I'm gonna actually reline it back up, hit it with some holding spray, and that's the cut, baby. This is just a quick look at that front hairline before we hit it with the razor, but that boy is extra crispy. Alright, so when going in with your razor, you just want to make sure that you're pulling good tension on the skin with your opposite hand. Lay your client back and just take your time with the razor, man. Just make sure that you keep that blade 45 degrees, because you will cut these clients. They will be scarred, they will be talking about you, and they might not come back. So it's very important to keep that razor flat. Take your time. Don't rush anything with the razor. If you made it this far, we are at the end. I appreciate y'all for sticking through. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a share, drop a subscribe, drop a couple dollars in my Cash App, man. Give me something, baby. Anyway, if y'all learned something, man, comment down below, let me know, because that's what I'm doing this for. I'm learning myself. I'm getting better with time. As always, shout out to my boy Joe for being such a dope model, and until next time, peace.